Recently, Paul Golding of Britain First has been visiting council offices and police stations in an attempt to hold them to account for their part in aiding and abetting child grooming gangs.
Can I speak to someone from social services about the grooming gangs problem we've got in this town? Get someone from social services down there, or this PA system's going on full blast. They've said they're not getting anyone from social services, so we've put the PA system on full blast.
Who shall I speak to? Because I can only speak to one person
Me.
rather than what's... I'm Pissy Stone.
Paul Golding.
Mr. Golding,
Yes.
what can we do for you, sir?
I'd like to speak to someone from social services about this, about the grooming gang scandal in this town. This town has been dubbed the child sex capital of Britain.
Right.
How scandalous and disgusting is that?
Well, should we do that outside the main foyer?
Pardon?
Should we do that out in the area of the
Oh, you want to talk outside the main foyer because then we're outside the building, job done.
No, it's because you can imagine this is a social services building.
Exactly, and social services, I've got no sympathy for
Sorry,
them.
should we do this where we take it in turns to talk?
Can I just say one thing? Social services upstairs, they were facilitating, complicit in allowing paedophilia in this town.
Right.
That's a fact.
As I said, that's your opinion. But
No, that's a fact.
That's truth.
There was an inquiry, there was a report, they were complicit.
It's Mr. Golding, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mr. Golding, I can only talk if we take it in turns. Otherwise you're lecturing me and that's not going to achieve anything, is it? So, if you'd like me to say what I'm trying to say, and then we'll see if we can go from there.
If you allow paedophilia to happen under your watch, you should be arrested. You should be.
You should go and arrest your chief inspector, mate. That's what you should be doing, not bothering us.
6
Five
police
of
officers
us.
now. There's literally no crime in Telford.
Well-
You can spare 6 police officers.
We'd love to be dealing with the crime, but we're
I'll
here
tell you
trying
what.
to prevent a breach of the peace at the
I'll
moment.
tell you what.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. If you go up there, there's people in there in the social services, right, that have been facilitating, are complicit in paedophilia. They've been allowing it to happen.
There's
so
also-
you're here,
there's
I
also-
imagine, to go and arrest them.
There's also potentially lots of vulnerable people
Oh, yeah.
helping this office at the moment
Yeah.
that are being...
And do you know about those
Threatened
vulnerable?
by what's
No,
going on
they're
over
not being
here.
threatened.
Listen, you really care
So
about
we're open
vulnerable
to allow
people.
peaceful protest, but can you do it slightly further away to allow
We've
people
come
that need
outside.
access to this building?
Well, those
premises
people
to
in
access
there.
This is a DS, a detective sergeant, a senior rank in Telford Police. Now, West Mercia Police, your police force, in this town, you were complicit in turning a blind eye to the industrial scale street grooming of underage English girls. There was,
Yes, you
there
was.
there
Yes, you
Yes,
was.
you was.
No.
An inquiry, there was a report, and there was a media storm, and they said, you are complicit, your police force. What have you got to say about that?
I've got nothing to say on that subject at this moment
No, I
in
didn't
time.
think so.
Yeah, exactly.
Conversely, the police pay regular visits to Paul Golding to hold him to account for having opinions that deviate from the state narrative. And as a form of summary punishment, and a means to keep him under perpetual illegal surveillance, the police have maliciously entered his vehicle registration number onto ANPR databases. Not because they suspect him of engaging in illegal activity, but because they know his vehicle will be regularly stopped by an endless series of faceless, witless drones just following orders. This kind of malicious data sharing is a common tactic of the police, and if you find your vehicle being regularly stopped for no real reason, you can be fairly certain that you've also been added to the ANPR database out of spite. Not only is this kind of vindictive policing a breach of data protection, it also engages the right of free movement under Article 2 of the 4th Protocol of the European Convention. However, as that particular human right was never ratified by the UK, then you can't sue for it in the domestic courts and will instead have to take your grievance to the European Court in Strasbourg, which currently has a 7-year turnaround for backlogged cases. You could also potentially sue under Article 8 as a breach of privacy, but the problem you face is proving that the stops were excessive and serve no policing purpose. Because of course the government service droids will never admit they pulled you over simply because your plate flashed up on ANPR. If they did, then maybe drivers would have a bit more respect for them, but instead police officers lie reflexively because the truth undermines their credibility. Fortunately, they're as bad at lying as they are at understanding the law, But as always, when their reasoning is challenged, they'll accuse a challenger of a crime he hasn't committed as a means to exert their authority and win the argument.
How can we help?
How can you help?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a bit of a routine stop and check.
A routine stop and check?
Yeah. Car's registered and insured down in Kent. You're obviously a bit of away from home.
You're telling me this is random?
Well, fancy car, long way from home. Just seeing what you're on with.
But you had your flashing lights on, then you saw us, turned them off and followed us.
Yeah, I was going to a job down there, and then I've come out, and then when I've checked your car, it's come back as being from Kent.
Yeah, we are from Kent.
What's happened to your job down there, though? Is
Say
it
again,
not?
sorry?
What's happened to your job down there, though? Is it not
Some
an
other
emergency?
units went there instead. It wasn't
convenient.
down there, it was somewhere else, but some other units got there instead.
No, right.
Convenient.
Yeah. Have you got your driving licence?
Yep.
Do you stop every other car then that comes from Kent?
Say again, sorry?
Do you stop every other vehicle that comes from Kent?
Well, we stop a lot of cars that aren't from around here, especially high value ones, because we find they're often on clone plates, things like that from burglaries, etc.
You got a lot.
It's an incredible cover story, yeah?
Is there any reason that you're filming me?
Just for
Yeah,
our...
Just the same reason you're filming us.
Well, I film you for my safety.
Yeah, that's what we're
We
doing.
do as
Well, I'm not
well.
likely to attack you or anything,
No.
am I?
Well, I don't
You
know.
just
Something
know.
issue with that if that was the case, wouldn't it?
Show
Just obviously raises my suspicions a little bit when you've got a video camera handy and you start filming. before I
you
even
know how
got
dangerous
in.
the UK has become. It's
Say again,
just,
sorry, I've got-
You know how dangerous the UK has become. It's just best to always have cameras.
Well, that's why we're here. We're
Well,
the police. We're keeping
yeah,
you safe.
thank you. But
Yeah.
we just like to
Right,
keep ourselves
have we
safe.
done anything wrong?
Well, not at the moment. I haven't managed to check you out yet because people
Okay.
are talking on the radio.
Okay, so I can go then?
Well, once I finish my inquiries, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Have the rest of you got any ID on you?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, hold on a sec, they don't need to provide
Why
ID.
do you want my
They don't
ID?
legally have to.
No, they
but
don't legally have
like,
to.
Like I said, this lady started to film me straight away. That raises my
That's
suspicions
well
a little
within
bit.
my right,
We're
though.
political.
Yeah.
We film
Political?
We're political, we film everything.
Oh, right, okay. That's fair enough. Like, I didn't realise that was a political
Especially police harassment.
police harassment.
Yeah.
I've never met you before. I can't be harassing you.
I've never
Police
met...
as a whole.
I've been arrested 17 times. I've never met any of the
Probably
police
done a
officers
few
prior
things
to
wrong
that.
Then, that would suggest, wouldn't it?
Pardon?
I've never been arrested. So perhaps if you didn't do things wrong or whatever, then you might not get arrested.
Well, that's a bit of a false argument, because sometimes in this country, because of the way politics is and political correctness, if you do something correct, you can get arrested.
Well, that's not strictly true.
It is strictly
Well,
true.
it is.
Most police officers will actively go out of their way to avoid arresting people if we have to, because it's a lot of paperwork for
But that's
us.
not my experience.
Well, I can't speak for your experience, but I've never been arrested. Exciting.
Britain First.
Oh, right.
You heard of Britain First
I
before?
have heard of Britain First,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why we've been pulled over.
Is it? Why? How would I know your political leanings before I pulled you over?
Oh. This happens on a regular basis, sir.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh, right.
No wonder crime's skyrocketing in Nottingham when you're wasting your time doing stuff like this.
What's your date of birth? Tony?
3rd of the 5th, 82.
Yeah, 3rd of the 5th, 82. I was just saying to this lady, I can see you've got a load of leaflets in the car. I don't know if 3rd of the 5th, 1982. You need a licence from the council to be distributing leaflets and stuff in the city.
No, you don't.
You do, because we have a lot of littering problems.
No, you don't.
It's a Nottingham
No, you
bylaw.
don't. No, you don't.
You do?
No, you
have to have
don't.
a permit to distribute
You're a
leaflets.
police officer and you're
Tell me
talking
about
rubbish.
council things.
Right, you do not need, if you're political activists,
I'm not a political activist.
no, but we are, you
Yeah.
do not need permission to give out leaflets on public ground.
Yeah.
You're talking absolute
Well, You need
rubbish.
to check with the council about that. It might be different laws in Nottingham to what you're used to elsewhere.
No, there's no restrictions, sir. I thought you would have known the law, being a police officer.
It's civil legislation.
That's amazing.
Civil legislation.
Right, are we
Okay, proceed.
okay to go on our way now?
Yeah, you were okay to go on your way when I finished
No,
my
I'm
checks. I
waiting
said that
for our
before.
colleagues in the car behind. Are they all right to go?
They're absolutely fine to go now. I finished my checks, yeah.
Okay then.
I didn't signal for either of you to stop, to be fair.
No,
But you've obviously
your
called
car,
me during the car.
your car in the background tells another story.
Yeah, well, I've asked them to join me when I've seen there's 4 of you in the car, because I'm on my own. So, like I said, you started filming.
Oh, there's another car behind. Oh, fair
That's
enough.
why I've asked them to join me, because there's 4 of you.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That's fair enough. But
Some people don't like us.
why haven't you got? What's your reason for stopping us?
The reason I'm stopping you, as I've said, it's a high-value car from another area. We often find that people come on close.
High value car. That's a old rust bucket.
It's not. It's a Range Rover Sport.
Yeah, it's worth.
No idea on the value,
I tell you
really.
what, your car there is probably worth more than that.
I
To be
doubt
fair,
that,
that's
very
an old Range Rover.
Well, it's not really, is it? It's only 10 years old.
Look, you had just flashing lights on. You saw us, turned them off, followed us, and when we pulled over, you pulled over yourself, put your lights on, and now you've run name checks on us.
That's right, because you're driving a motor vehicle on the road. It's under section
Oh right,
6
so
of the Road Traffic Act.
so all of these cars that are all driving past, go and stop them. Oh look,
I will do.
there's a black Merc there. That's worth a lot of money. Why don't you go and stop that?
Well, I haven't run that through because I'm dealing with you.
Oh, well, I suggest if you jump in your car, turn around, you might be able to catch it.
Yeah, well, maybe I will.
Yeah. Okay. Have a nice day, sir.
Perhaps let me do my job. What do you do for a living?
I'm a politician. Your
Yeah.
job
Do
is
I
not.
tell you how to do your job?
Your job is not harassing politicians, and
I'm
that
not
you know
harassing
full well why you've pulled us over.
I've never
We've
made
obviously
before. Do you
flashed
know
up
the
on some
definition
kind
of
of APNR camera.
Do you know the definition of harassment?
You were on an emergency call, which you cancelled
Yep.
when you saw us, and
I
you
didn't
pulled
see
it.
you.
Yeah.
I've cancelled it because some other colleagues got to the job first.
Oh come
And
on.
then I've come behind you.
Listen,
run your car
I've been
through,
dealing with
come back
I've been
to
dealing with
our
police forces across the country.
Have you?
I've
So you
been
know how to work?
SO15 Counter-Terrorism Command. You've
ever-
pulled
have
us
you ever been a
because we're
police
Britain
officer?
first.
You've never been a police officer.
You've pulled us because we're Britain first.
I've no idea your political.
Just be honest.
I do.
Man up and be honest.
Sorry, do you want to check my car for a crystal ball? Is it? I forgot. To
You
pack
was
it
on an
today.
emergency call.
forgot
You
to pack
saw
my
us and
crystal ball
stopped. You stopped and then started following us. Don't talk
Started following
rubbish.
you. I
It's
checked you out
rubbish.
while I've been driving up behind you.
So your lips are moving. You're talking rubbish.
Well, I could say the same about you, to be
Absolute
honest.
rubbish. You think we were born yesterday? You think I just dropped out of a bloody tree or something?
Yeah, it seems that way.
I've been dealing with you people for years. Leave us alone.
people?
Stop harassing us. Yes.
How do you mean by us people?
Police officers, go and do your
Have I
bloody
ever
job.
met you before? Please don't swear on the street, otherwise you're committing a public.
Have I sweared? Have I swear?
You just
What?
used the F word.
No, I never.
I just heard you.
Did I use the F word?
So it'll be on both the cameras.
Yeah, I'll
anyway,
be on
so
both
I'm
the
just
cameras.
asking.
Yeah, I don't recall using the F word.
Well, that's
But
fine,
I said leave us bloody alone.
Well, that's also.
Right, okay. You're going to leave us alone now to go about our lawful
you can
political
go on your
activities,
way.
yeah?
I'm not delaying you any further. You're out here
All right.
talking to me.
Good luck going and catching some criminals, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.